when the first boatload of slaves were brought here, or our ancestors, they were brought to the banks of Jamestown, Virginia, named after him, and also the James River. Um, it was a lot back, so I gave this as a gift. So that's
Okay.
why I kind of keep this these all these notes. I study and I put our stuff in here, but
Okay.
um, it uses the ancient manuscripts uh, for its translation. Now dealing with King James, you go with the Revised Standard Version, which uses the most ancient manuscripts, going over like if I'm correct, 300 to 400 years before the manuscripts of the King James. Now, with that, you had 32 scholars of the highest eminence, backed by 50 denominations of different sects of Christianity, that had sit down to translate and go through the King James. And then it opens in a preface and it talks about, it gives the King James Bible, great honors and stuff like that. They talk about, it says, in the course of time, the King James Version came to be regarded as the authorized version with good reason. It has been termed the noblest monument of English prose, and it has entered as no other book has into the making of the personal character and the public institutions of the English-speaking peoples. We owe to it an incalculable debt. It said, yet the King James Version has very serious defects. By the middle of the 19th century, the development of the biblical studies and the discovery of many biblical manuscripts more ancient than those which is in the King James Version has based, excuse me, made it apparent that these defects were so many as to call for a revision. And then it refers to uh, yeah, those two were more ancient manuscripts than those present. Like for if you go to the 16th chapter of Mark, it talks about it goes the original manuscripts didn't talk about an extension that was added later down the centuries. Well, Mark stops at chapter chapter 8 actually before going into chapter 9, and then he gives a footnote as to some of the ancient manuscripts. Close at verse 8, stops at verse 8 of chapter 16. One authority concludes with the book with the short ending, and so forth and so on, but it stops there, and then those other instances are added. Then even in the First John verse 5, chapter 5 verse 7, we talk about there are three that bear witness in heaven: the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, or the Holy Ghost, and all three are one. That verse is not in the Revised Standard because that verse was added by a scholar at the time when they was debating. I can't think of his name right offhand. I had wrote it down before, but it was that scripture was added over a debate in the Bible. So in here, the 50 denominations, the 32 scholars threw that out as a fabrication uh, because it was condoned. College was saying with you know the revisions and stuff like that. But then, like I said, it still goes back to the same thing that this wouldn't be considered inspired because only those who have the revelation or given the revelation by God, that would be the inspired word. Anything after that added to or taken away from, couldn't be the inspired word. And whether it's Moroni, uh, you know, uh, Nephi, or Mormon, none of them had a hand in writing this. Now, we go back what he said to the old, when they, inspired. He wrote whatever. That could be, those, you're right, that's his word, and that's inspired. But anything after that is not inspired. It's still not inspired, you know. So with even that's even a lot of the Bible, it's still not inspired. You know, anything that's not from the that's original from the original writer, as the scholars say, also is not inspired. It's something that's passed along. It's added to, copyright, revised, means to change. Now, when okay, they didn't have anything to do, as I said, translating the book. So Joseph Smith translated into English, as we said. But if we say he was inspired to write this Book of Mormon, then this 1981 edition is not inspired because it's a revision. So were the revisions that were done to the Book of Mormon, or that there was revisions done to the Book of Mormon, I was kind of studied also over the years. So did Joseph Smith authorize this book or authorize the changes over the years to the book or the prophets, Moroni, Mormon, so forth, so on, or the other prophets? Did they give authorization for people to change the words or their words, which were inspired? What I'm saying.
Okay, so I guess I don't remember if you we talked about how Joseph Smith was led to the gold plates by Moroni, and it took I can't remember if we went over this with you or not. It took 4 years of preparation before he actually received those plates. He was counseled by Moroni for 4 years on the things that he needed to prepare for, because it was a huge task that he was going to bring forth, and the time wasn't quite right yet as well. But I believe that everything in the Book of Mormon is inspired by God, because he translated it by the power of God. And so all the corrections and I guess copyright material has been authorized, because God is the one who commanded Moroni, Nephi, all those prophets to write the things. And so once again, God, I'm sure of it, commanded that those things be taken care of.
Now, okay, and just like you said, he inspired it, through Joseph Smith, which I agree. Not that I believe that, but I agree that whatever Joseph Smith, received from God himself was inspired, and God inspired, his words to write, which kind of goes like what I was saying. So now if God revealed his own word, then there should be no contradictions, from the one who he inspired, which in this case would be Joseph Smith. And if God is the foreknowing or all-knowing one, or all-knowing God controls everything, then he knows best how his word should be written and what language it should be written in. You agree with that? He wouldn't give a Chinese the language to come speak to me in Chinese, and I don't know what Chinese means, the language. And a Holy Quran said God never sends a messenger to anyone except he reveals the message in the language of that particular people. So, you couldn't speak the language, because then you would have an excuse against God that I don't understand, so therefore I have to follow your commandments or whatever. You have an excuse to God. So in that scripture it says that in the Holy Quran. So I'm gonna look at something I'm looking at. Okay. And we talked about the King James Bible, but then again, it goes along with this can possibly be, and it's just like in my opinion, no disrespect, but this can possibly be the 100% inspired word of God because we already said that the King James Bible contained many errors. Some scholars say over 50,000 errors, but in the Old Testament, New Testament alone, so we can't possibly. We agree with the fact that it's not 100% word of God in here because like I said, we talked about before, we don't know what's taken and put out.
Right.
But the things that they do know is, is discrepancies there. But there's also a lot of word for word scriptures that, like for instance, in Isaiah, it talks about in Isaiah 53. Let me see. We look at Mosiah chapter 14 in the book of Mormons.